Good morning. Today is Friday, March 6th. This is an authentic conversation. I am Sonny Hamilton. I'm here with my co-hosts,
Darren Hamilton.
John Walser.
and we've also got a repeat guests on.
Amy Foss.
So
Good
thank
to
you,
have you here,
Amy, for
Amy.
yes, thank you for coming.
you.
So
Thank
we
you
have
for having me.
we have a lot to cover. A lot of stuff is going on. So I'll go ahead and start out with that. The latest thing that just happened is that Kristi Noem was removed as DHS Secretary effective March 31st. And I know the left is going up, they're just going crazy about this. But however, she is being named as Special Envoy for the Shield of the Americas, which is a newly created position. So obviously they needed her in a different position. So that's what's going on. But the left is going crazy about it. But anyway,
I was going to say, I think it's a promotion.
it probably is.
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to know, but we know that he did nominate Markwayne Mullin, who, I don't know, I had to chuckle a little bit because he's
a senator from Oklahoma.
Yeah, and he's Native American. And
Another
He's
go-getter.
Cherokee. He's
Cherokee.
part Cherokee Nation. He's been nominated for
for the Department of Homeland Security.
DHS Secretary,
DHS Secretary.
effective March 31st. So it'll be like a wash. One goes over and one leaves.
And we don't know for certain, but we think that he probably has more. We probably think he has more Native American blood in him than Pocahontas
Yeah.
did. So that's what.
Elizabeth
what
Warren is never going to live that down.
No,
Nope.
nor should she.
Yeah,
That should actually be put on her headstone.
it should. She said she was Native American.
Right.
Yeah.
On the back of it, Pocahontas, so-called Native American or something to that effect.
Lily White, but anyway. So anyway, we look forward to seeing as to what he does and,
Yeah.
and how he handles the position, and he'll get into just as much trouble probably since the left
Probably.
hates anybody that Trump likes, and
He's
Trump
still
puts
got to
in.
go through the confirmation process and
Yeah.
all that. So
But he can still.
we'll
the
see
thing
some
is,
fireworks.
He can serve as acting DHS secretary, even though he's not officially in that
Right.
position. So if they refuse to approve him, he can just continue acting and continue doing whatever. But
Wonder how long he can just continue like that.
I'm
don't
not
remember.
sure what the process is, but quite a while. And we see that even in universities and different things when somebody leaves and then there's an acting and they're acting for, and I don't know, sometimes it's for 6 months or whatever. It's just a long time while
Yeah.
they're trying to bring somebody else in or while they're trying to approve that person. I know that in Arizona, when the governor, when she was installed, and there was people who were nominated for different positions in different agencies, is that the Republicans stalled it. So those people were in acting positions, sometimes for a year,
Oh wow.
because the Republicans were blocking them and trying to keep it from, so they didn't have as much power
Mhm.
as they would. And that's what this person would not have as much power if they're just acting rather than the actual DHS secretary. So there is limits to what an acting person can do. Anyway, I think we exhausted that.
Yeah.
Okay. So another big headline, which might be buried by the Iran conflict, is the Clintons. They are testifying in Congress regarding Jeffrey Epstein.
Mhm.
Yep.
I wondered if that was ever going to happen.
Well, they were
I
in
know.
contempt of Congress because they refused to come.
For like 6 months, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was a long time, but they finally agreed, but only if they could do it in front of the cameras. It had to be public. They said it's the only way they would do it. And the reason, when you really think about it, the reason why they wanted to do that is because Congress cannot ask those
Oh, yeah.
questions, those private questions about
Mhm.
certain individuals. If their name is redacted, they cannot discuss that in a public setting.
Right.
So that's
Private,
why
they can ask whatever.
private they
correct?
can ask, but when it's public, they cannot. That's the reason why they wanted to do this in the public with cameras there. But it didn't
They
go as
thought
well
they
as
could get
they
away with it.
yeah, it didn't go as well as they thought. But anyway, so
It's
Yeah.
been humorous to watch, though.
It has been. And
Sadly enough, a terrible situation, but humorous just to watch the
Bill-
dishonesty.
Bill was his normal, likable self in the way
Absolutely.
he
Obsessed.
interacted with. Yeah.
obsessed with the pictures.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a master at being able to operate that kind of stuff, but he still failed miserably.
He did.
I think he's getting old enough to where it's hard for him to keep track of his lies, and I think that's getting more and more challenging for
I'm
him.
sure.
I don't know.
He also had a lot of shaking going on.
I was just going to
Yeah.
go there. I don't know what.
I don't think that was nerves. I think there
No.
is something neurological going
Yeah,
on.
he's
Sure.
got to have Parkinson's going on.
Is that? Yeah. It's
That's what
kinda
I
what I was
think.
thinking.
It was pretty obvious. I mean, I think some people, and I get this, is that some people on the far right were spinning that. Oh, look, he's nervous. No, I don't think it was really nerves. I think he cannot help it. He's got a neurological thing going on. That's
Yeah.
my opinion. But
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what that's really what
I mean,
it feels like.
I wish it was nerves, but the man is too crazy to let nerves bother him. I
Yeah,
think
Right.
he just does whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, I think he's really
Because-
jaded.
Because the reason why is because Hillary was not there controlling him. She didn't have him underneath her thumb. So
Her little angry spurt.
yeah, and going on to that, following up on what John just said, Hillary was super angry, and she, at one point, when they decided, Congress said we're going to take a break, and she's like, "I'm out of here for now." And it was when she realized that she was no longer in control. Congress was in control.
Yep.
So, but yeah, she was super angry. And the other thing that she did is, and I think we talked about this earlier, is she said, I must have a certain background behind me and I must have certain lighting. And if I don't have that, and she didn't have it when they first got there, and she just went into a rage. And so they had to go get the background for her, make sure it has to be blue, it has to be pretty. She's in blue. And apparently the first picture they took made her look really old. So she was
There
really,
she is.
well, she is.
Yeah,
Well,
she
she's
is.
80, but
I
Yeah.
Is that
applaud.
all?
I applaud Lauren Boebert for doing that. By the way,
it's
she
amazing.
she had got permission to take a picture before everything even started. I mean, they were sitting in their seats, but before they were sworn in, before the conversations even began, Lauren had gotten permission to post a picture, and so she did. And that just
It was not flattering.
no.
Yeah.
And that just threw everything into a tailspin.
Well,
So-
and really that just started the whole ball of her anger,
Yeah.
and she is one angry woman.
Yeah, there's a body
Well-
language analyst that I watch fairly often, and I haven't actually seen any of Hillary's testimony. I saw Bill's, but I didn't see any of Hillary's, and so I'm kind of anxious to watch his take
His
on it,
take.
because he saw a lot of deception in Bill.
I saw his
No shock.
I saw what he talked about her. There was a lot of uh,
Oh, anger.
well, in the chin,
Yeah.
know, he talks a lot about if you just raise one shoulder, that's deceptive. If you raise both shoulders, that's just normal of, I don't know.
I
But
don't know.
but if you raise one, it's a deceptive thing. If you cross your arms over your chest, now you're trying to protect yourself. If you're
Yep.
doing something with your chin, if you're doing something covering your face, you are doing something to protect yourself.
Comfort yourself.
Comfort
protect
yourself, trying to calm yourself down. There was a lot of swallowing, which, when somebody's really nervous, their mouth gets really dry and they end up swallowing to try to get so anyway, a lot of that happened. I didn't listen to all of it, but I did, but he only just covered a little bit of it.
Yeah, he does. He only.
Because it was like 4 hours or something
Yeah.
like that. It was a long time of
Wow.
a lot of questions. So anyway.
Your body
Back
tattletales
to-
on you.
Yeah.
Back to Bill, for those people that haven't watched it, I would go back and find the video that's linked below. I can't remember which one it is, but it's almost laughable how Bill acted.
It is.
Congress.
It's so,
It was like a
and his-
little kid.
I think they should
Yeah.
watch both of them.
They
And his
should.
attorney kept, trying to get the papers away from him or trying
It was
to
fighting. Let me have that. I
stop
want to
him
see.
from.
And his eyes were bugging out like, hey, I want to see that. And you
Yeah,
could see the
it's-
smile on his face.
like I said before, it's funny, but it's also horrifying.
It is
Yeah.
horrifying.
It was horrible. I mean, the picture he painted for himself.
Oh my word!
was
Yeah,
awful.
he did not do Slick Willie did not come out.
And
Oh no, there was nothing slick about him.
No,
and his attorney was having she had her hands
purple
full.
turtles.
Yeah, I'm sure she was. Because at one point she interrupted them, the Congress, and she was like, wait a minute, he already answered that. And so she basically had calmed it down. We're like, okay, he already answered that. And then he had to go open his mouth. And you could see her just like going, oh, God.
There needs to be a body language analyst on his poor attorney
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
because we could see it. But anyway, enough of
The
Bill and
Clintons.
Hillary. That's they're just despicable people. But obviously, the bombing of Iran. That's the big news of the day, almost, or
Yeah.
not almost, but it is. But anyway, Sonny and I, we've had a lot of these discussions in regards to it being a war or not being a war. But it's as long as Trump can keep it within 60 days and then another 30 days for the pullout, I guess it's not technically
It's a
considered
military
a war.
action. Yeah.
Oh.
So, but according to Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, he said that the operation would likely last about 4 to 5 weeks, which would fall right in with that.
Yeah, those numbers.
Those numbers.
60 days, yep.
Yeah.
So,
I have a feeling that Trump, I mean, obviously Trump knows that well. And so he's
I'm
going
sure
to,
he does. Yeah.
he's, well, on the farm, we talk about making hay while the sun shines. And so he knows that 60-day window is there. And so he's going to, I think it's pretty safe to say that he's going to do whatever he can. We were talking before we started about the first Iraq war and that slow crawl to Baghdad. I mean, every night you'd watch on TV,
Oh, yeah.
and it
Mhm.
was, they're here now.
You're not
and
going
they're-
to see that
they're
here.
But that
here
didn't
now,
happen
and
here.
they're
It was
now.
like,
Yeah.
It was
bam,
just
bam,
boom,
bam.
boom.
So yeah,
Mhm.
Trump doesn't
Play around.
play around in the same political, world circus
Mm-hmm.
that everybody else does. And
Yeah.
so anyway, that's all. That's
Well, and to understand Iran, you have to go back to Trump's first term and you have to look at the bigger picture as to the power structure that has been, and that's being dismantled. So Iran, Venezuela, North Korea, all these are intertwined. They're interconnected because they all played a role in the power structure of the deep state.
Mm-hmm.
And so Venezuela was oil. That was part of their slush fund, part of their money. And so Iran is just like North Korea. They were putting nuclear missiles there and
And they
hoping
got a
at
lot
some
of
point,
oil too.
well, that too, but they were hoping at some point that they could all bomb the United States.
I think it actually has to go back further to, because we have to remember it started with Ishmael and Isaac.
Oh,
The whole conflict
sure.
started with Ishmael and Isaac.
Yep.
And so we're still fighting a family feud.
Sure.
We're still fighting a holy war.
Sure.
And so I think it is good to revisit that it goes clear back to there, and we're still really not dealing with the problem. And so even sometimes Sonny and I, we go back and forth a little bit on the whole, Israel and that whole thing. But it's,
Well, Israel that we know of today is not the Israeli people of biblical times.
No, exactly.
No,
Exactly.
It's completely different.
No, you're talking about the country
Yes.
of Israel.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
the country of Israel is really tiny, but it's also a new country, fairly new within the
Yeah.
past decade or past 100 years, right? It's
70
Yeah.
70 something
yeah.
is when it was
So
actually
it's
recognized.
it's not the actual land, and we covered this in the previous podcast. Is that the land that they have is a small, really
Sure.
small piece of land, and but if you go back to the Bible and look at what the promise was, there was a huge amount that went all the way from Turkey into Iran and different areas. So or Iraq. I'm not sure if it's Iraq or Iran, but anyway, there's a lot of different areas. If they were truly promised all of that land from one place to the other place, and they could come in and say, okay, we've been promised this, we're going to take it biblically, right? But they have not done that. Now, that doesn't mean that they won't do it, but that's just so.
Yeah, not saying it's not the desire and stuff, but it's a conflict that's going to be really challenging to end until they actually, as Sonny checking the time.
Yeah, I was just checking the time.
Oh.
I just want to make sure we're not going out of time.
Yeah.
But really quick is Trump is using the left's laws against them,
Mhm.
and I think Amy's going to cover this in just a sec. But and it's not, the left is saying it's against the law, but if he stays within those parameters that you already talked about, we already talked about the 16 and 90 days, and that's what Amy's going to cover here in just a sec. But then it's not against the law.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure what else I can say about that.
The War Powers resolution.
Okay, I thought you meant on that topic.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, but that.
Okay, so the War Powers Resolution of 1973, which allows for a 69 to 90 days of engagement without prior authorization
From Congress.
from
Yeah.
Congress, and specific authorizations for use of military force, or AUMF, passed by Congress. 50 USC 15401, 15 through 1548, the law requires the president to notify Congress within 48 hours of deploying troops and limits engagement to 60 days, plus a 30-day withdrawal without explicit congressional approval.
And that's word for word
Yeah.
from the actual law. That's not us paraphrasing.
Sure.
That's word for word.
And the deep state, with Trump using their own quote unquote laws and powers against them, just has them all in an uproar.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Well, and they want to change it as we go because
it doesn't
they
benefit
didn't
them.
think of the other side using it.
Sure. Another thing that I kind of made a contrast a little bit earlier before we pushed record was Trump is showing the chessboard once
Mhm.
again.
Yep.
Because the UK and Spain have both come out and said, well, we're not going to let you use our bases. And just like in the State of the Union, when he said that, will you
Called out the
stand and
Democrats.
support me? and called out the Democrats. Well, now he's doing it on a global
Yeah,
stage.
it's very it's open. Everybody can see the chessboard. That's exactly right. Good analogy. And this is stuff that we've been. I mean, Amy and I go. Now I know you guys go back further, but you guys haven't been on the same page, Darren and John, as far as politics. But I know you've been involved with this for quite a number of
Since
years.
2008.
And so, but Amy and I couldn't find stuff. And back in, was it 2019 or 2020? I can't remember.
2020, I think, is
I
when
think
we
it's
were really
2020.
dug deep.
Yeah, we started digging, and that's when we found really, I mean, we found questionable characters, but they actually did bring forth good intel. It's just the deep state didn't put much into what they had to say because they were questionable people, right? But that was all we had to go on, and and there wasn't much out there. At that time, Rumble wasn't up and running, so we didn't have much.
So are you referring to like Alex Jones and Rush?
No.
Oh.
Even more questionable.
Even more questionable. No, we're talking
They
all
had people that were brave enough to talk about it,
exactly.
but they were labeled conspiracy theorists because they didn't just dribble the truth of what was coming. They like hit it with a fire hose.
Yeah, they did.
And we were like, that is so bizarre. That's got to be fiction. But it's all coming to pass now.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
all coming to pass. So this was, do you remember their names, Amy?
Simon Parks
Yeah, that's right. Simon Parks.
and Charlie Ward.
Yeah, and Simon Parks, you got to
I
understand.
really like Charlie Ward.
Simon Parks he was just trashed, and he didn't care. But anyway, he just kept going. But he was trashed because of the fact that he said he saw aliens come down and he saw all this stuff, right? Which, who knows? None of us really know. And it's probably going to come out at some point. There probably is, life out there in the universe that we don't know about.
I believe right here. We were snowmobiling down here in what's now Sonny and my pasture, and I will swear to my dying day that I saw a UFO saucer right up here. So I've never. That was when I was a teenager. I've never struggled with the belief that there's other life out there.
So, at the farmhouse where I grew
Yeah.
up, the butte behind it,
Yeah.
my brother swears up and down, just like you, that he saw one land up on the butte.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives me goosebumps still.
I've
It's real.
never witnessed anything like that at all, but I wouldn't, we've been lied to so much about
Yeah.
things
Well, okay, my dad died in 1968. But in the 60s, and I don't remember this, but my mom remembers it. She told us is that I think it was like 67 or something like that. Is he was out, working in the Hanford area, which is a nuclear site,
Mhm.
and it's here. It's in southeast Washington State.
Hanford Reservation. Most people have probably heard of it.
Yeah, probably. That's where they built the atom bomb that dropped on Hiroshima.
Mhm.
So, but anyway, while he was out there, he saw a ship come down, and he was like, he didn't know if it was the military or if it was something, like an actual UFO, but that was way back in the 60s. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
I
so-
actually think that there's a plan for when these things will be revealed.
I'm sure you're right.
And I think that it's going to be half truth and half AI.
Probably
Yeah,
right. Yep.
Probably.
Yeah, I've
And I
heard some.
think that a lot of the alien sightings are actually evil angels and demons.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense, actually.
Yeah, I've heard that same thing. I don't know exactly where I am on it as to whether I don't know where I am on it.
Yeah.
So
I-
I mean, they
that's
didn't
a-
they didn't come down and beam me up, Scotty. They didn't take me when I saw what I believe was the ship. So yeah, I
Well,
don't
I think
I don't
a
know what
lot of
happened.
the ship sightings are actually U.S. military working on the science of invisibility and levitation.
Yeah, yeah, it could be.
Kind of a reverse engineering thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Well, and that's why I say my dad back in the 60s said, that could have been the military. He was
Mhm.
because he was military. He had
Smart
been in the-
man.
and he was like, that's very possibly the military. Could be something from outer space, but he thought it was military. But that was way back in the 60s. Who knows? I mean, like Amy said, there could definitely be life out there, but really be um
There's a reason why we've been told not to go to the South Pole.
Right.
Yep. Oh, I'm
Just
sure
saying.
they're running
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff down there.
That's
so.
the one thing that it can be guaranteed assured of is that we don't know what
Mhm.
the government's hiding from us. We know it's completely corrupt.
Well,
Yep.
and the deep state is totally corrupt too.
Yeah.
Of the
Right.
whole world.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the deep state is throughout the world. It's not
Yeah.
just the U.S. It is every country is involved. So I'm not sure where we left off, but
We're back
Well,
to Iran.
Yeah, I think
okay.
we're back to the Iranians cheering in the streets, and I think it's safe to say the Persian Iranians are dancing in the street, whether it's in Iran, whether
and
it's
they're
in
doing the Trump dance
in America, yeah, doing the
Yeah.
Trump dance, and I think it is mind-blowingly exciting
Yeah,
at the concept of them having their freedoms.
Yep.
I have a feeling that the Muslim Iranians aren't on the same page with
oh no,
being excited and dancing in the streets.
Sure.
And so that's one of my challenges with the whole conflict is that, we're given freedom to that class, the class, if you will, the Persians, but we're still not dealing with the Muslim fraction is still there.
okay.
And they're gaining power. Where the whole Muslim religion is the number one growing religion in the world, and
And-
so that is a concern that I have.
And bouncing off of that, I will say is what they said. They have said many times. You hear this out there is that Muslims do not come from a country like Iran and come to the U.S. except for to take over.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
that
their
is,
whole purpose is to take over and to make our country Islamic.
that's the interesting thing, and why to go back on saying
And I'm
that
not talking about the Persians.
no,
Sorry.
exactly, yeah, 100%. That we need to go clear back to the Ishmael and Isaac thing, because Ishmael was given the nature of a goat. He was called a wild man. God gave him that name, I think. That's how, and so that generational curse, so to speak, has never been dealt with. And so we can see it. If we want to look at it, we can actually see it. And so that is their nature, to take over, to conquer. And that's where I say I'm excited for Iran to have, what happened. But if we don't actually deal with the problem, then
Well,
it's really,
And Trump he has come right out and spoke directly to them and said, okay, I toppled the bad people, and talking to the Iranians saying,
You need to
take
step
back
up.
your country, take back your country.
Mhm.
And he doesn't want to walk in and do it himself. He doesn't want to have to do it. That's not
right. The
point.
nation building. He's not for the nation building, but I think we almost have to have some nation building, and I think we need to take,
We are nation building.
and
Our nation.
Our nation, yes.
and I think some of the truckloads of guns that they've taken from, like, Canada, the buyback programs, they need to take those truckloads of guns and give them to the Persians so that they have the ability to protect their own country. Because I'm not sure how they're going to.
Here, give them the tool, but don't spend 20 years
Exactly.
with boots on the ground.
No, we
Yeah.
don't want to do that. So, and I don't think Trump wants to do that either.
No,
so.
I agree. I agree completely.
So
I'm just not sure how to get them to take over their country.
yeah, but he keeps telling them somebody needs to raise up and be that person to say, no, we're going to take over, and have the people behind that person, a Persian, come up and say, no, I'm taking over, and have enough people behind them to support that. So, but Iran is a distraction. We all know this, but it's also a takedown of the deep state. So it's a dual thing, but it's a distraction. And the deep state is pulling some of their paid protesters from the ICE protests and having them go to the Iranian protests. And so anyway, they're pretty divided. I mean, their minions are still out there protesting.
It's really a nice break, though, not hearing about ICE constantly, and all the idiots out there.
True.
But yeah, now it is Iranian or Iran.
I mean, they're fighting an octopus.
Yeah.
The deep state.
Yeah.
It's
chaos.
It absolutely.
So it's all the legs just going everywhere. It's like an octopus, like you say. It's just legs.
These poor crazy congresswomen who wear the buttons of the latest trend can't have enough space for all the buttons.
Are you talking about Ilhan Omar?
Well, the one sitting next to her.
Her buddy,
Rashida
Tlaib.
Rashida Tlaib, yeah.
You can read her buttons from far away. And they're just,
and then she's got that huge mouth.
How is that even acceptable?
She puts those buttons out there so that Trump knows which ones to push.
That's good.
Oh, that was
I didn't even think of that. That's awesome.
That was awesome. That was great. That was totally unscripted too. So talk about authentic conversation.
That took me right back to the State of the Union.
It does.
That was too funny. So let's see, where are we at?
The Dan Bongino Show. We're down to the Dan Bongino Show, unless Amy had something else that she was wanting to interject there.
Go ahead. I just didn't know if I was supposed to be the one to talk about it.
Go ahead.
Anybody talks around here. We talk over each other, for crying out loud.
We're authentic.
There we go.
We're family. We're friends.
Right.
So anyway, the Dan Bongino Show. It's been back on the air for a little over a month. And they've racked up a little over 25 million views on Rumble, which is just mind-blowing.
Just Rumble alone.
Yeah, Rumble alone. That's what we're going for. We're going for 25 million views. But
we're having a struggle here. So, hey, those of you out there who are watching, if you like the content that we're bringing to you, if you like our podcast, please like, share, comment.
Yeah.
Give us a little love.
Yeah,
we love doing it.
Yeah, we love doing it, but we really need some help. And if you guys can help us get out there, I mean, it really has a lot to do with
algorithms.
Algorithms. And right now,
we'd like to do this every day.
Yeah,
it'd be fun to do it.
It would be fun, but right now we're a long ways
away from that. But that's the goal anyway.
Yeah. So we see all the things out there. There's people who put these. They go out and buy views, which is totally, terrible to do. That's not.
We just learned about this.
Yeah, we're not going to go do that. That's the bots, right?
You can buy views, you can buy likes, you can buy.
We're not doing that. But that's why we need
so fraudulent.
Yeah, we need you, the viewer. If you guys like what we're doing, please like and share. And
because if you like and share and stuff, that's authentic. Just
comment. Yeah, please. And we really do appreciate all of you. But if you like what we're bringing you, the content that we're bringing you and all that, please do that for us. We really appreciate that.
But if you don't, we also understand.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
we don't always
still
we
leave
don't
a
always
comment.
click the like button. We don't always share people's stuff either. So
No,
it's all good.
but a lot of times I will like people's stuff
Yeah.
just to because I like it,
To
you
help
know,
the
and I
algorithm.
want them to know
Yep.
that it's and so if you guys could do the
It-
same for us,
And when you see I mean, once you kind of play this game a little bit, you see where it does help your algorithms.
right, the likes and
And,
shares and comments, it's amazing, and we have some viewers who are really good about commenting and liking and sharing, but if those of you who really do like this, what we're giving you, please help us. We really appreciate it. We're not wanting to pour money into it and buy stuff. That's not
Right.
that's not authentic. That is not us. So we want to do this the correct way. Is
The organic way.
yeah.
The organic
Yeah.
way.
And I know Darren and Sonny are really good about responding. I do read what people post. I don't necessarily always respond, but I do read, and I do appreciate
Yeah.
everything that people.
We try, but sometimes I'm out on YouTube. Sometimes we've gotten some really big comments, and it's been, but some of our views, some of our podcasts, we've had over 1,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah, we've had over 1,000, and that is not purchasing any
That is
box.
exciting.
So, you know, if you guys can help us to keep going, we would like to keep bringing you guys content. If you don't like it, that's fine. You know, we're not
Pass it
going
on to somebody who you know will like it.
Yeah, just help us out,
Right.
and we'll keep going. We felt compelled to do this, and so anyway, let's see. For those of you that don't know, Dan Bongino was the deputy director of the FBI for Trump's the first year of Trump's second term. So we were talking about Dan Bongino, and he left the air for a year because he was the FBI director, and you can't be on the air when you're in that kind of a position.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be pretty tough.
I actually
And
think
you
he
know,
left for health reasons.
What was that, John?
I actually think he left his appointed position. I think he left because of health reasons. He had, I want to say it was cancer of some kind or something.
He has had cancer. Yeah, he has.
So I think
Oops.
I think he left for those reasons. But I mean, nothing's ever been come right out, and that's just what intuition tells me.
Yeah, that's very possible. Yeah. So, but I do think
Service.
that, what's that?
Dan Bongino was Secret Service long before that.
Yes,
He was,
exactly.
The man
yep.
in the know.
And he was a New York City cop too. So,
Yeah. And wasn't he in the military?
no, he was not in the military.
Okay.
He's said that, but he did serve as law enforcement. He served as Secret Service. He's now been a deputy director of the FBI. And back when Trump was getting ready to run, they were like saying that he was going to be I think they were saying he was going to be in, the Secret Service. He was going to be heading up the Secret Service. That's what the deep state kept saying. And he was like, nope, I am not. But nobody asked him about being in the FBI. So anyway.
Marco Rubio.
He has really surprised me.
Yeah, me too. I can't say that I really liked him before.
I didn't trust him for nothing.
But
just
yeah,
kind of like Fetterman, you know?
Yeah, complete out of the blue surprise.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Anyway, maybe why don't you?
So he's a Secretary of State. For those of you who don't know, but Marco Rubio is, and on March 3rd he gave a press conference, and on March 4th he came out, and the mainstream media was out there saying, you said yesterday, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, you need to go back and listen to the full statement, not just pick and piecemeal my, my statement, what I said, go back and listen to the whole thing. And because he was talking about bombing Iran. And people have been saying this is a war for Israel. And he said this is not a war for Israel. The bombing of Iran was planned and it was going to happen regardless. It's just because Trump ran on doing things in a diplomatic fashion, and he wanted to solve this diplomatically, but Iran refused to come to negotiate. They refused.
Even after being bombed the first time.
Mm-hmm. So they just refused. So anyway, that's why Marco Rubio said what he did is just go back and listen to my first one and report, correctly. And
the hard fanatic Muslim, I think it's going to really be hard to. I mean, there are the Muslims that are not that I think are peace loving, but the fanatical ones, I think it's going to be really hard for Trump or anybody else because they don't. I mean, we have to remember they're okay with strapping bombs to their kids' chests and being grateful that their child is going to Allah to be a martyr. And so it's really hard to get those kind of that level of fanaticism to the table because they're doing it for Allah. And that's the downside of, religion.
Right.
When it gets too fanatical, it's crazy.
So,
yeah. And to go back to what you were just saying about Marco Rubio telling them to listen to, his whole
speech.
Whole speech. Go listen to Caroline Leavitt in the last 3 or 4 days.
Oh, I know. I love her.
Oh my gosh. She is putting them in their place.
She is.
Over and over and over again.
And she doesn't need a notebook to sit there.
No, she doesn't.
Binder.
In fact,
binder.
She doesn't even look down. She just keeps her eyes right out there.
Yep,
awesome.
She does. So President Trump chose to collaborate with Israel on Iran. And so Iran was backed financially by China. And Iran was stringing the U.S. along. That's what we said. They refused to come to the table to negotiate. And but we could not have them get a nuclear weapon. It's just they would use it. And Trump has said that. They would have attacked first. And he could see that. I mean, everybody could see that. They were over there screaming, "Death to America, death to America." Well,
but you noticed before, and I'm going to go back to my previous statement about this isn't just about Iran as
China.
Iran, that there's a bigger picture. And you notice that when he started his second term, and he even went over there in his first term, but he made stops in Saudi Arabia, and he had the Abraham Accords from his first term and things. Well, kind of like he has to have the people here in the United States in order to do some of the things he's doing here. He had to have those other countries through the Abraham Accords. If he would have done this in his first term, it wouldn't turned out.
No, it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have worked at all.
There's puzzle pieces that have had to been put into place prior to him doing what he's doing now. Otherwise, it would have just blew up in his face.
Did we lose Amy? Amy, are you still there?
Oh, no, she's still here.
Okay, we lost
Now
your
I hear
picture.
you
There we
again.
go. There we go. It's our. I'm sure it's our internet, but
Starlink's amazing, but it still has.
I'll
its
tell you what, I
challenges.
sure love it at my house.
Oh no, it's when you're used to other carriers and whatnot, we had terrible carrier. I don't know, net. I don't remember what it was out here, but it was horrible. You couldn't even watch a YouTube video. So I remember as soon as we plugged in Starlink, it's like, oh my word, this is amazing.
Well, I live
it
within
is.
city limits, as you well know, right?
Yeah.
And before I had Starlink, it was just a couple of different places throughout my house that you could.
Yeah, it was
It was
terrible.
horrible.
I would, because I've got mobile Starlink and all the. So anyway, I would have to plug my Starlink in when I'd go down and visit John, so that I had coverage, so I could check Facebook.
So we've got 15 minutes left, so we really
15.
need to move forward. But China is losing control in Iran. As the U.S. and Israel have been bombing there, they're losing massive control.
They're pretty
I-
quiet. It seems like they're really quiet.
I was
Ooh.
going to.
China.
I think that
Yeah.
needs to be put in a different context. The deep state is losing control.
Well, yes, but
Yeah.
There's a
China
bigger
is
umbrella.
part of the deep
I,
state.
I
Yeah.
completely agree, and
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing at all. But I think that umbrella for them, so they understand a little more that the deep state as a whole is losing more control.
Massive control.
Yep.
They are. And that's why you see so much anger out there, from like the squad.
And those that are
Yeah.
whining and crying the most are the ones that have the most to lose.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, absolutely. So,
Hillary.
Hillary. Yeah.
So, did you see the thing on Peter Schweitzer, Amy?
I did not.
So Darren and I did we watch it together?
Yeah, we watched it
Yeah.
together.
So Peter Schweitzer is a really, really good. He's a reporter. He's really good. He revealed on Laura Ingram's show on Fox News that China was heavily dependent upon oil from Venezuela and Iran. So
I think it's 20%.
so think about
Wow.
that the Maduro was taken out.
Yep.
We've bombed Iran. Their hold, China, the deep state, whatever you want to say, their
Yep.
hold has been weakened massively.
You remove 20% of somebody's their energy source. I mean that has to be a little bit nerve-wracking for China.
Yeah, and another country that hasn't been brought up that it affects too, and that's Cuba.
Oh yeah.
And that's next. You watch. Yeah, that'll be
yeah,
next.
Yeah, it will be.
And to
I'm
top
sure.
it off, for them to replace that 20% is going to cost them a lot more because they were buying it at a discounted price.
Right.
Right.
They were heavily sanctioned countries.
Yep.
Right. And because the reason why they were purchasing it so cheap was because it was not, they were purchasing it, but not backed by the US dollar. And China's goal was to move away from the US dollar being the global currency. But now,
I'll have to
Yeah.
do some more digging, but for some reason, like I said before we pushed record, I think that's part of the BRICS.
I don't
The
remember that
BRICS
part.
nation: Brazil, China, Russia, India.
That could very well be.
Yeah,
I don't.
and I think it was in the
know for
yen,
sure.
if I remember right, that they were, or the ruble. I can't remember which.
Yeah.
But
I'm not
anyway.
sure.
And I'll raise both shoulders, not one. Because I don't know.
Here being honest.
Yeah. Want to make sure you don't just raise one.
it's good to be able to watch those shows and then be able to analyze each other.
So,
Especially when you two are disagreeing.
yeah.
Fortunately, Sonny and I, we never disagree. She just says
That's-
yes, dear.
That's
Right.
that's
Yeah,
fun to
that's
watch right
good.
here in real time.
So if he thought he thought he married a doormat, he was wrong.
If I
I think
did,
I
it's,
warned him before you got married. She's independent.
I married a doormat. It's got 2 dogs sitting on it, 3 dogs sitting on it.
Sonny, did you bring your own doormat?
Yeah, I bought doormats.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I am not a doormat, obviously. So.
No, I think it's safe to say neither one of us are very good doormats. We've learned our lessons through life.
Yeah, we learned it. Yeah, that's right. I wasn't a doormat in first marriage either, though.
Yeah, I can't say I wasn't, but live and learn.
Yeah.
Live and learn. You know, one of the interesting things is we're trying to provide Iran with their, land-to-air defense missiles.
Defense missiles.
Yeah, and we've seen on full display how well their technology has worked against the American technology there.
Not even close.
We have eaten them alive. with it.
Yes, Iran can't even get a plane into the air.
Yeah.
They can't even get a fighter jet into the air because, but the only thing that's getting through is their
rogue drone every once in a while.
drones. Yeah,
Killed
and
what?
unfortunately
Yeah.
there were, and we're not going to laugh at that. We are
No.
not going to laugh at American soldiers, both men and women, dying in combat. We're not going to do that. We're going to honor them,
Absolutely.
and we're going to say thank you for your service. And we do not want to diminish their their lives and what they've stood for. And we talked about this earlier, is what some people go into the military, and some people go into the military, and I remember a young woman that I knew back from another lifetime, it seems like. But she married a young man, and they moved away to another state, and she's like, Aaron didn't sign up for this. He signed up just to get schooling. It's like, when you sign that paper that says, I'm going to serve in the military, I mean,
Or National Guard.
it doesn't matter. I mean, John's the one who can talk about this because he did serve. So why don't we let you talk about
Well, so yes, I did. However, I didn't get to finish basic training because of a lower back issue. So I only served just for a short period of
that?
time.
Oh, okay.
First and foremost, I would never want to take, I don't know what you call it.
Credit?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
So,
But when you sign up for an MOS, military occupational specialty, in my case at least, they say, okay, well, you're going to be a truck driver, heavy equipment operator. That's what I signed up for. They give you a secondary. And 99.9% of the time, you know before you sign that paperwork that your secondary is going to be infantry. Or at least in my case, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure, those that go into intelligence, and I'm sure there's a different scenario probably for different levels. But you can't tell me that these people, when they sign the dotted line, that they don't know that they're giving their life for their country.
Right.
Now, in my case,
they might be called up to duty.
that they might be. Now, in my case, it's been many, many, many years since I've been in. I came home in 1989. Kind of aged myself a little bit. But if I had the opportunity to serve my country again, and I could, or I was called up for some reason, I couldn't get to the line fast enough.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about my country.
America.
Absolutely.
So, well, we appreciate anybody. But the whole point is there was at least 6.
Yeah, I think it was 6, and was it 18? 18 injured.
But 6 that
Seriously
lost their
injured.
lives, and many that were injured. And this is by the Iranian drones dropping bombs and stuff. So yes, it can happen. We are not going to degrade their service because we're going to honor them the same way that we would honor the police. And you can have different opinions on that, but overall, we do back them and support them. not the rogue people, but we're talking about the general population.
And you can guarantee that President Trump will be there when those C-17s
yeah.
show up for the
Exactly.
transfer.
Right.
Yeah.
He will be on the
100%.
tarmac,
Right.
100%.
When
Yeah,
those
very
bodies come
supportive.
home,
So-
you mean?
He
Yeah.
absolutely 100% loves Gold Star families.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
So
Yeah.
So, let's see.
But
Where
kind
are
of
we
on a
at?
this is a positive note. The China invested over $100 billion in Iran that they're not
they'll
going
never get back.
to get back.
You were.
What's
There's
that?
an echo.
Oh, there's
or
an echo. Oh, was I tapping on
thumping.
the finger? Tapping.
Thumping.
It was
And you're right.
John.
They're not going to get that money back.
No.
That was a loan from China to Iran, the Iranian government. They're not going to get it back.
No, $100 billion. So that hurt their economy a little skosh right there.
Yep.
So the way I understand it, all this deep state trillions that countries, plural, are so-called in debt, that when this operation is completely done, that all of that just gets wiped away.
Yeah.
Because it's all fake anyway. It's just numbers.
So now, but with this, all this bombing and all these, the weakening of the deep state, China, whatever, now Trump has more to bargain with when he meets with Xi Jinping.
Mm-hmm. Do you know
Big-
when that is?
I don't
It's
know. It's coming up, but I don't remember
I
don't
exactly
remember
what
either.
it was. And if anyone believes that Donald Trump is being walked into anything against his will, then obviously they don't know Trump, because he would not let himself be walked into anything.
No.
Um,
This has all been planned out many, 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 many years ago and game theoried out. They
Mhm.
have backup plans for backup plans for backup plans. So
and he's dismantling the deep state
he is.
as he goes along.
Yep. You just have to be awake enough to see it. And for those of you out there that even don't like President Trump, this isn't at all about President Trump as an individual. What's happening
Lose
is
her.
all across the world.
Amy, are you still there?
Yep, she's still here.
Yeah, I didn't hear the last minute.
Okay, we just lost you for a second, but there you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyhow, I got sidetracked.
That's okay.
I think you were going to talk about the Q drops.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And you looked him up ahead of time.
let's go back to Hillary just for a minute.
Okay.
And go to qagg.news, and all of the Q drops will be there, and you can just cruise around, read different ones and things like that. But
And you can search for terms.
you can
Yeah.
search for terms. You can start at the very end and work your way forward to the older ones, or vice versa. But the first 4 Q drops are about HRC, and they're long enough. I'm not going to read them, but I will read the first one. And it says Hillary Clinton will be arrested between 7:45 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, the morning on October 30th, 2017. Now, we know that dates don't necessarily carry much weight
Not with
The
the
world's
Q
going to
drops.
end tomorrow.
because future proves past.
Right. And the Q drops are talking. So we're talking that in the future, it could be this
It
year.
could be this year. It could be next year.
Right.
On
On October 30th.
October 30th or thereabouts.
Okay.
So one really, really great source that we have named on here over and over again, And We Know,
Mm-hmm.
LT on And We Know, he is just phenomenal with connecting the dots with the Q drops.
And the other one is
Who was
X-22 report.
And we know,
Oh, and we know that's right.
yes.
Yeah,
And X-22.
right.
Yeah.
So
So those are some of the things.
you
The other thing that, John, you had noticed and wanted to talk about was about the fuel.
well, I just noticed I was buying fuel in Lewiston for like $3.79 a gallon or whatever.
Diesel.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day I was in Boise and it was over $4 a gallon. But the interesting thing is that normally it's flipped. Normally Boise is cheaper.
Oh,
But by the
wow.
time I got home from Boise, Lewiston was at like $4.19 a gallon.
And they're now at like
And
$4.29.
$4.29 a gallon. And
Yeah.
you can a really great if you want to see fuel prices that are current, you can go to the Pilot Flying J website, and it gives not only the diesel price but the gas price,
Oh.
and that's nationwide
And I
because they have
also-
truck stops all over the place.
And you can also go to, I think it's called Gas Buddy, Gas something. I can't remember. It's an app that I use. I think it's called Gas Buddy. But anyway, it's you can see the fuel prices near you. You can put in a certain place, and they will tell you what a fuel price was at a certain time. And if you get there and it's a different price, you can actually go
Change it.
in and post something and say, no, it's actually this price now. But we also know that fuel prices are going to go up during this military operation. That's a given. That's going to happen. So, but we also believe that this is going to be short-lived. It's not going to be a long-term thing where it's, months and months or years and years. This is something that the fuel prices will go down again once the Iran operation is over.
That's one thing I got to say about Trump that's a positive too, that he doesn't because it's always been kind of annoying here. We spent countless lives and countless dollars over in Iraq and all those places, and
Mhm.
we didn't even gain any cheap fuel out of the deal. I mean, and so that's one thing with Trump where he just like, how much did he?
He got it down overall. In some places, it was down below $2.
It was back in
Not
the
in
Midwest.
Washington, though.
Not in Washington.
Not in
No.
Washington. We
not
love
in
taxes.
California because of
Yeah,
all
we
the
love
taxes.
taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oregon, no. You got all these blue states where they add on just massive taxes. But we got fuel just the other day down in
Down on the reservation. Just past the casino.
Oh, yeah.
and it was like, we're talking about regular fuel, but it was like $2.87 a gallon versus in town or off the reservation when they have to add all their taxes in and
Mhm.
everything, it was like $3.29. So that's a huge difference.
See, if they had like a truck,
Look at Amy's face.
A truck island.
You want to talk about? Go ahead.
if they had a truck island out there at the casino, you can guarantee that
Oh, yeah.
every truck in 100 miles would be out
The
there.
weird thing is they do have truck
They do.
nozzles. They're annoying trying to fill up with the truck
Oh,
nozzle.
with the bigger.
yeah. but-
Really?
Yeah, because you can't hardly even pull it up, and it's just zipping through the gallons, and it pops all the time.
I'll
So
be
you're
honest,
right. Look at
You
that.
could get in and out of there bobtail, but I don't know that I could get my flatbed in and out of there.
It's so busy with people too.
Yeah.
That I think.
Yeah,
That's
it's
because
really
everybody's trying to
hard
save money.
to-
Yeah, I think
yeah.
you'd really
So-
struggle.
I
to get in
don't
there
think
with
they
the
have
truck.
a spot for
Big trucks.
Big trucks.
Yeah.
No.
The weird thing is they do on the one side but they don't have a nozzle there.
Oh.
So there's a place that you could go that you could
Yeah.
get
But-
in, but
yeah.
And
they
you'd
don't
have to go
nozzle.
all the way around the new overpass.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So, okay, Amy, I know you want to say something, I can see it about
That's
fuel
okay.
prices.
I mean, I can't even tell you what the price is because I haven't been in a few weeks. But yeah, it's way up there.
Let's see here.
Are you looking at fuel prices in her area?
Yep.
Well, she's not in LA,
I'm
but
gonna
she's not
guess
too
it's
far.
about 360.
How much? 360?
Yeah, that's my guess.
Yeah, I think I paid 344 over in Central Washington.
So we're not that far off here.
No, that's what Sonny and I noticed when we drove her up from Phoenix when she moved up here, that everybody was always griping about California fuel prices being so high, and we noticed that they weren't really that much different than
Well,
our
it
prices.
depends
up here.
on where in California and which gas station.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Like down in going to Phoenix in on the Arizona side in Quartzsite, it's a lot cheaper than on the California side in Blythe. I took a picture of it when we were there a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Oh yeah, Pilot. It was in Quartzsite. It was $2.53
Oh,
for
wow.
regular unleaded, which is nice. So, but that was the Arizona side.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you're talking quite a bit of difference from.
Oh, at least $1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, that's
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Yeah, we can see $1 difference between our little town and Moscow, which is,
Mm-hmm.
20 miles away from each other.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So, well, I think we are past time, so we got to really cut this short.
Yeah, I think.
And but we really do. Again, we want to say, please be willing, if you like us, like what we're giving you. Please be willing to share, like, and comment. I can't remember all
maybe
the
we'll
other
get
terms.
John commenting
Subscribe.
better.
Yeah. So just follow us. If you don't, that's okay too. We're not going to hold it against you. Not for very long. No, I'm teasing.
We might talk bad about you.
No. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. So we're not going to. If you don't like it, that's fine.
Paris, California, 619.
619, nice. That's beautiful.
Brawley, California, 629.9.
Oh, dang, we thought Washington was bad.
I don't know why. That must be at like Mobile or something.
Bakersfield, California, 629.9. That's for diesel
No.
fuel.
Oh, diesel.
that makes a difference.
Yep.
Diesel. Okay. What
But
about regular
there's still
fuel?
567.9 for super unleaded, regular unleaded, 495.9, basically
Hey,
$5.
Ontario.
Ontario. Oh, I've spent many nights in Ontario, California.
I love their airport.
Let's see here.
Because see, I think on the west side of the state, over Seattle way, I think they have more expensive fuel also.
Yeah.
So we
Substantially more.
are, hopefully he's almost got it, but for regular fuel, we're talking about. Did you find it, John?
I'm just getting to it.
Wiki. Chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I guess we need to really just say, and if he comes up with it, if not,
Yeah.
that's okay. Whatever you said, Amy, is probably what it is, but
But that was in Arizona.
oh, Arizona.
I think it's about 360.